So when you fall sick and you're going through a spiritual awakening, that's okay. Your body is going through a natural course of healing. When you go through a spiritual awakening, you go through a Kundalini awakening, for some reason, some of you think that it means that it's the end of any troubles, it's the end of any sickness, it's the end of any illness. Guys, it's not as simple as that. When our body responds to something, responds to pathogens, responds to all sorts of things outside, apart from that, higher frequencies also make us sick, make the body sick. Integrating higher frequency, higher energy, spiritual awakening, Kundalini awakening, so many things, guys. Our body will feel all of these things. Some of you have heard of vibrational flu. Some of you go through motions, diarrhea. There are so many things that happen, folks. Some of you might be diagnosed with illnesses. Post a spiritual awakening. Now, does that mean that you've dropped your vibration? Does that mean that you're a lower frequency? Or that, yes, you're a light worker, but maybe you're not doing enough light work? Or maybe you've got so much density inside of you? No, none of it, folks. Please don't buy into any self-limiting beliefs, nor buy into a belief about what a spiritual awakening or what a Kundalini awakening really look like. Because only you who's going through this know what you're going through day to day. Some days will be amazing, other days won't be. And don't compare yourself to others, and don't feel that, oh, look, these people look like they've got it all together. Look at that spiritual teacher, or look at that guide, or look at that healer. Look at my friends who are going through an awakening, or other people who are going through awakening, because it all looks different. None of us have the exact same stuff that we're all carrying. Some of us might come from maybe the same lineage and we'll still not be carrying the same stuff. We've all got this unique karma that is unique to us, right? So the way that it's going to play out in our body, the way a spiritual awakening is going to play out in our particular vessel, and how it's going to look like to us from day to day, is not going to be the same as anyone else. It will feel terrible on some days, and on some days it feels absolutely amazing. You'll go from these highs and these lows. Does that mean that you're suddenly in a low vibration or low frequency? No, it does not. The thing is, high vibration and low vibration, it's not about judging that, oh, you're high or you're low. It's you working from a certain frequency that has to do with a certain part of your consciousness, right? It doesn't mean that when you're on a higher frequency and maybe you're more divine and more pure consciousness and you're more elevated, and so you can elevate everybody else, and you're working from pure light and love, and it's about compassion. And then if you're on a lower frequency, it's about your animal instincts and all of that. Yes, and even if it is, neither is good or bad. There's no judgment in where you are on these paths. You can be on a low frequency and never fall sick and be in the best of health, have the best of life. You can actually experience life very differently, but you may not know any better. You could be sitting in a very high frequency and have the worst of a life experience. But that's what you've signed yourself up for. That's how you've wanted the life to be for you. That's how you wanted to experience it. Folks, there's so much behind the scenes, like what you're here to do. For some of you, you might be spiritual warriors. For some of you, you might be setting an example. For some of you, you may choose to be in a certain way to give the contrast for something to work out for other people in another way. So everyone's doing things, and wherever you are, you just accept, you allow, and you don't judge. So if you're falling sick, and if somebody is going through a hard time, or maybe somebody is there are some hardships that come, or there are certain things. Now, if we go around with this hat of I'm going to judge not just everything around me, but me too. If you're going to judge yourself, you're going to judge everybody else. If you're going to have this yardstick against which you measure your spiritual awakening, just imagine how hard you're being on your own spiritual awakening. There is no good or bad in a spiritual awakening. It isn't about you looking at that person or looking at other people or saying, well, I am this and they are that and we are in this. We are the forerunners, the light workers, we are the bearers of this. Yes, of course. And with that comes a level of warrior-like authenticity. And that authenticity means that, yes, we have shadows, we have this, we have that, and it's okay. It's absolutely okay. There is no judgment about I am sick and therefore my frequency must be sick. No, folks. It is what it is. Illness is the body healing itself, and not just about, okay, we're going to a healing teacher or a Reiki master, or that's what healing is. No, healing is basically the return to origin. Healing is the return to wholeness. So when you're healing, when your body wants to heal, for example, a fever. A fever is nature's way of healing. And for some of you who have gone through a Kundalini awakening, or you're going through a Kundalini awakening, I'm sure you can remember those hot flushes that you were having. Remember all those moments when you had that heat on your skin. You could feel it, but your skin may not have been hot to touch, but you could really feel that horrible feeling, that heat, that ickiness of that heat. And you weren't sick. You were just going through transformation, something inside of you. And rather than putting these pills down you allowed for that heat to come up and heal whatever it was. And you feel all the better for it after that, folks. So wherever you are, whether you're going through that feeling that I'm not feeling well, have I dropped my vibration? The one big service you can do to yourself, to your awakening, and that to others around you, is to drop the judgment. Drop the judgment, for there is really no space for judgment in a true, authentic, genuine awakening. Lots of love.